Hello. So it's time to work with your goals. And it's important that you are setting positive goals. So you don't form goals that mean that you're trying to avoid something. For example, to lose your job or being unemployed. It is important that you formulate goals that are positive. What you want to happen. And you can use an easy acronym called the SMART goals to be able to set good positive goals. And it's quite easy if you start with being specific. The S in SMART goals means that you are specific, you know what you want to achieve, and it's easy to point out. It's easy to formulate. So you can't have vague goals. It must be specific. And the M, it has to be measurable. You have to be able to stop after a while working towards the goal, and you have to be able to measure to see if you're getting closer to achieving the goal. And A is the goal. A, achievable, attractive, and is it a goal that is accepted by you? You see, I used 3 different words there for the A, because if it's not achievable, then you have to think about a goal that is achievable. And if it's not a goal you want to achieve, then it's not going to be attractive for you. And the R is the goal realistic? Is it possible for you to reach the goal? For example, I'm in my 40s now, so if I would set a goal for myself to become a professional football player, for example, that would not be very realistic for me. But of course I could set a goal that I wanted to play football and have fun, perhaps in a very low division. Of course I can try to push the limits a bit and make a bold goal, and maybe you will notice that it could be easier to reach the goal than you had thought in beforehand. But if you don't set a realistic goal, you will set yourself up for failure. So be sure that it is a goal that you actually can reach. For example, if I should set a goal right now that for example, in a month want to go to Mars, that won't be possible because I don't have the physical condition that's needed for it, or I don't have the resources. So I'm just setting myself up for failure. So make sure it's realistic. And also the last letter, the T, make sure it's time bound. So you have a final deadline, so you know when it's supposed to be achieved. Because if you don't set a final deadline, you actually have set a New Year's resolution, and you know that New Year's resolutions aren't that often being met or achieved, and it is because it's possible to move the deadlines if you not have set a firm deadline at the beginning. So it's very important to set a bound deadline, a firm deadline, so you know what you're working towards, and that you have different points, checkpoints during the way, so you can stop and measure. Are you moving towards your goals, or are you going to have to change something to be able to reach your goal? And when setting goals, it's also good to combine it with the technique visualization, so you can see how it's like when you have achieved the goal, how it feels, what you have for emotions, what kind of thoughts, and what images do you see when you have achieved your goal. And you can, while doing meditation about this, you can stop and imagine how it feels when you have achieved this. Imagine that you already have achieved the goal and have that feeling inside of you. So you can keep that feeling when you're done with your meditation. Of course, you have to put in the work now after the meditation. But it will be easier when you know what feelings you're chasing after, the positive feelings you want to have. It will raise your inner motivation doing this. So use images that are compelling. And you can actually use AI services now also, artificial intelligence services. For example, I have a goal that I want to achieve, and that is to lead a yoga and meditation class. And in the beginning of that class, I want to do the introduction, the starting meditation. I want to play piano live, and I want this course to be on a beach in a warm country. And at the end, when it's time for meditation again, I want to do again live music on the piano. So I have used Adobe Firefly. There are more AI programs you can use. I just wrote in that picture, and the more detail you can put in text to a program like that, the more detailed picture will be generated, and you will have a good goal picture. And you could put that somewhere you know you will see it every day you go past it to remember you. This is why I work towards my goal, and that can strengthen your inner motivation. So okay, it is time for you now to really think about what goal or goals do you really want to achieve, and be certain that it's positively formulated, so it's something you do want to achieve, something that attracts you rather than something you don't want to achieve. That's the most important part. And start using the acronym. Make sure that the goal is specific, that it's very easy to know that yes, this is the goal, and M, that it's measurable, so you know, so you can stop during the way and measure, have I come any closer to my final goal? And A, is it achievable? Is it attractive? Is it something that is attainable, something that you actually can reach? And remember, is it realistic? Is it something that you actually could achieve, or do you have to reconsider and reformulate the goal into something that is possible? As I said before, going to Mars in 1 month probably isn't that realistic. But try to aim high, to push yourself, to push your limits, what's possible, but still stay in the realistic sphere. And the final part again, make sure it's time bound, so you have a deadline for when the goal is supposed to be achieved. Use an AI service if you know how to use that to make the goal picture so you can see it every day. And you can also use a visualization where you experience how it feels when you have achieved the goal. So I wish you good luck with working with your goals, and make sure it's something worth chasing. Good luck and bye-bye.